and Don Coates on Tuesday Night Fights.
Ladies and gentlemen, boxing fans, here they are, the heavyweights. This bout is scheduled for 4 rounds. Your referee from Reno, Nevada is Norm Budden. Introducing the principals, first in the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with green trim, weighing in at 255 pounds, fighting out of East Palo Alto, California, with a professional record of 5 wins and 7 defeats, including 4 knockouts. Welcome, Don Coates. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the red trunks with gold trim. He weighed in at an even 210 pounds. From Riga, USSR, he is the former European champion, making his professional boxing debut. Welcome, Yuri Vaulin.
All right, gentlemen, you receive your instructions in the dressing room. At this time, are there any questions? Remember, protect yourselves at all times. Good luck.
Well, the question I think, Sean, most people would have about Yuri Vaulin, he won those championships, European and World Cup, fighting in the 178-pound light heavyweight division. Can he make it as a heavyweight?
Well, at 6'4", everything says that he can make it as a heavyweight. He is 26 years old. If he's going to make it as a heavyweight, he's still going to have to put on some more pounds. I talked with Tommy Gallagher about Yuri. He said he's more concerned about Yuri than he is any of his other fighters because he's small for a heavyweight. You've got to put that weight on and also put it upstairs, put it in your shoulders. Now he's outweighed in this fight by 45 pounds. That can make a difference, especially in a long fight, and especially if Don Coates leans all over Yuri Vaulin.
Don Coates in the white trunks, fighting on 24 hours notice. He flew in here last night to replace the scheduled boxer Paul Bradshaw.
Well, Coates got a call for this fight yesterday. He just walked home from the gym, came into his house, got the phone call, said he had a hard workout, and he even ran 5 miles.
So I know one thing, he doesn't miss dinner after he runs those 5 miles.
I think he was running toward the dinner for the 5 miles. Maybe he was running home.
Coates has lost his last 3 bouts, his last one in December to Stan Ward. It's a 4-round bout.
And trainer Jess Corrego over in the corner of Don Coates says that Coates has a good right hand if he can get him to let it go. We'll keep an eye open for that. Let's see if Yuri Vaulin goes downstairs. Look at the target downstairs on Don Coates. A few extra pounds down there. Probably 255 of them. As I talked about in the open, he is the southpaw, Yuri Vaulin is. Tommy Gallagher wants him to work on the body more and stay closer to his opponent. Now, in this first round, he is close. Not many body shots. Nice feints from him, from Yuri Vaulin. Look at all those feints. Now, what he's doing is every time he feints over, he's feinting Don Coates out of position. It's hard to set up a good right hand or a good attack if you're feinting out of position.
Almost difficult for the crowd to adjust to the pace of the bout after lighter weight divisions come out and really throw flurries.
Well, the heavyweights are the one with the power. They're slow, they're deliberate, but they can end a fight at any moment. Let it go!
The end of round 1. Round 2 of a scheduled 4-round heavyweight bout. Yuri Vaulin the Soviet Union in the red trunks, and Don Coates from East Palo Alto, California in the white trunks. And Vaulin continues to circle and pursue, and Coates continues to work the edges and back away.
And he's stalking his opponent too, Yuri Vaulin is. All those feints with his hands. See how Yuri Vaulin is bouncing his hands up and down? That is giving a feint to his opponent. Now he bounces him up and down, and then he uses the jab. Good work. He's got to be careful with those, though, because if Don Coates could time it right, he could time Yuri Vaulin where his hands go down. Coates is not aggressive enough. He's not throwing enough punches. Right here, Yuri Vaulin, just let it all hang out. Throw as many shots as you can. See if the referee will stop it.
I was just going to ask you that. What, after watching 4 minutes here, what could Coates' plan possibly be?
Coates' biggest problem, as he admits in the past, has been that he's been worried about fatigue. He couldn't get started on so many of his fights. He's had 12 of them. 5 and 7 of is his record. Yuri Vaulin, though, cannot be lured into a false sense of security, because 4 of those 5 wins that Don Coates has is by knockouts. And when you look at that weight, 255 pounds, you take 255 pounds and place it on anybody's chin with a little force behind it, it's going to put him down, maybe out.
Yuri Vaulin has been preparing to fight heavyweights. He's been sparring with Mitch Green and with Riddick Bowe.
Also says that his opponents are bigger now, so he's got to try to outbox and out-finesse them instead of going out there and slugging them out with him. Finally, we get a punch from Don Coates. That's the first punch of this round from Coates.
Coates definitely knows his way around the outside of the ring right now. He's found those ropes.
The speed of Yuri Vaulin. Through 2 rounds, he's been able to pick apart Don Coates.
During the break, David Baltazar Jr. in the corner just told Don Coates, hey, you got to start throwing some punches.
He did that because Chuck Meeker, the commissioner, stepped in the corner and said, we're going to hold your purse if you don't get busy. You know, in that last round, he threw maybe 5 punches. I'm talking about Don Coates in the white trunk with the green stripe. Finally, some punches from him.
No question, last-minute notice on a bout, not easy, but the only chance you're going to have to win is to try something. Coates spent 2 rounds doing nothing. Now he's making Vaulin move a little bit.
You can't win fights by allowing the other man to score. Tough to be defensive and win fights.
Third round of a scheduled 4-round bout.
Last-minute replacement. He did find out about this fight just yesterday. Could be showing the effects already. The 5-mile run from the gym to his home. His last fight was against Stan Ward. Lost a 4-round decision. Don Coates did. That was in Sacramento. And again, in that fight, he was worried about fatigue. He just couldn't get started. They should have started telling him since the first round that if you don't fight, you're going to hold up your purse. The commission, Chuck Meeker, got into his corner between rounds. So if you don't throw punches, we're going to hold up your purse. Now he's throwing punches and taking some too. And it is difficult when you are a boxer to knock out your opponent when he's not trying to punch. Many times what you can do is catch him coming in with a punch of his own, then you land one when he's coming into you, much like two locomotives running together. Boom. You catch him coming in, it adds to the force of the punch. Difficult to do that though when your opponent wants to back up. Yuri wants to stay on the outside and box. He doesn't want to get into a big mix-up with heavier guys. Plus also he's worried about his nose. He's been hit there in the nose a lot of times and he's fearful that he may have a glass nose. Glass nose?
There you go.
That's a joke, son. Glass nose.
Well, it ain't gonna get tested tonight, not at this rate. Don Coates hasn't come near it.
Coach too defensive.
Coates to wait for now.
Finally, Yuri got a tongue lashing from Tommy Gallagher in his corner between rounds, and he has become more aggressive in this round.
Point does it take two to fight?
One of the things you have to learn is how to pick your opponent apart even if he doesn't want to fight. How do you do that? Well, you look for those openings downstairs, you slow him down in the body. We've seen very few body shots from Yuri Vaulin. Schooling still, he's young, he's got a lot of abilities, and that's what Tommy Gallagher is going to bring out. Still the first fight. We can't expect for these Soviets to be world champions immediately. It's going to take some grooming for them.
And again, remember, these are good fighters. They're accomplished fighters. They're not the best in the Soviet Union. These are not Olympic fighters.
Left hand.
Last minute of the bout.
Yuri Vaulin threw a lot of punches this round. In order to tell how hard you're punching, many times you can look at your opponent and see what effect you're having on his face. You look at the effect that Vaulin's having on Don Coates. Well, I don't think he's marked up at all.
Watch your head in there, watch your head.
That might have been Coates' intent. To leave here looking good, the way he's fought this one.
It is because he has been really defensive, but part of being a pro, learning how to set your opponent up and get him out of there. And I know it was difficult for me on many occasions. Sometimes when fighters just wanted to hang around like Don Coates is doing, you got to revert to anything to get them out of there.
Ladies and gentlemen, all three judges have the same score. Winner by unanimous decision from the Soviet Union, Yuri Vaulin.
Not much of a mystery to that one. Unanimous decision victory for heavyweight Yuri Vaulin. And the Soviets are 4 for 4. We'll have more after for our local cable systems. We pause now for these messages.
At 152 Nos aproximamos al momento de iniciar este combate. Miren el récord de McCollum, 26 victorias sin derrota, 23